instead, and I want to show you what I've been pulling out of the garden, and it looks like a reed. I pulled this yesterday, but if you can see, I mean, it's going to look like your garden variety reed, and actually this is called pigweed. That's what the nickname of it is. I can't think to save my life what the real name of it is, but these are actually really good to have in your garden because it's free food. All the leaves can be cooked like spinach. You can throw it in salad and eat it uncooked. It's got these tiny little seeds. I don't know if you can see those. You can take those little seeds. They are used in all kinds of different types of foods all over the world. Here we go. Here's some better pictures of it. And it's kind of like an all-purpose food. Like, again, these leaves are like, can be cooked like spinach or used in a salad raw. And these are kind of like a cross between like a quinoa, corn, and rice. I know that's like really weird. But when you look it up, it's kind of described like that. This whole plant is like super nutritious. Now this is a red pigweed. You can see down in there, this is kind of the tap root goes down. So if you see these in your garden, like I said, I pulled a bunch out. They were all up under my tomato plants, and I pulled them out and I threw them over there like that. And then I started thinking, you know, there was so much of those. I wonder if I could eat them. What are they? And so after I did research later on at night, and I found out that they are indeed free food growing in my garden. I came out today and they're all wilted. But hopefully I'll have some more come up, and I will know better this time around, and I will not just pick them and throw them out and let them wilt. So if you have pigweed growing, and it's like one of those things, it's all across the globe, primarily in the warmer climates, but it does, you do find it in other areas further north. We're in Florida. You can pick it and eat it, free food. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about, you know, planting your pantry. We always talk about that. So I always say plant your pantry. And another thing that I always say is if you have to buy from the grocery store, make sure you buy organic. And I have good reason for that. Typically, if you're getting something, you don't know if it's a GMO product, and if it's a GMO or genetically modified, it doesn't always regrow. So these are some broccoli stalks, and I bought organic broccoli. It was a little more expensive than just the regular broccoli that was on the shelf. I cut off the florets and I cooked them, used them in salads, whatever we did with them that week. But I saved the stalk. I put it in this little jar, and I want to show you why. I now have little roots growing, okay, off of these little broccolis. This is a really good, nice one growing there, and the leaves are still green. They're gonna sprout like this one did. This is another one here. Got some roots coming out, but look, that floret just kind of came out of nowhere. We're going to plant these in the ground here shortly. And earlier in the video, you saw me, I went out there and picked all that pigweed because I didn't know that it was something edible, threw it over there. And my goal was, oh, I think I'll put these someplace in the garden over there after I clear out all these weeds. So that is my goal, is to do that. But I wanted to show you, planting your pantry is so important. It's so important to know that you can do these things, because if you think back, 2020, when the pandemic started, you couldn't find anything. You couldn't even find seeds. And so if you can't find seeds, if you can at least find things like this at your grocer, and hopefully you can get it organic, Or if you can't get organic, make sure that you see the thing on there where it says, there's usually a little spot and it'll say non-GMO. You want to get something like that, because if you're getting a non-GMO, typically you'll be able to get it to root. But this is just another thing, like the onions that we got, our celery. I've talked about celery. Pineapples, you can do the same thing, cut the tops off. It takes a long time for those things to get going. I've got a bucket over there of probably 5 or 6 pineapples that I've cut the top off of. It's going to take about 5 years to get a pineapple growing, but eventually we will have fresh pineapple, and it's something that's easy to grow. Okay, so today, takeaways from today's video is, don't always throw away your weeds. Research them first. And 2, make sure you're trying out different things in your pantry and see what you can get to grow. That's all I have for today on the Central Florida Micro Mini Homestead. See you next time. Bye.